I think, shout out to the Burbs Bros to Sean and Dan for getting that right, because that was just a great question, a really good way to put it, to be honest with you. And yeah, they kind of knocked it out of the park with that. But anyway, let's get to the Joe Rogan podcast and just, take a look at what Avi is saying about 3i Atlas to Joe. I mean, he's even bringing up that it could be this black swan event. He wrote this paper and he's trying to put in, it could be an alien mothership, even going so far as to say the trajectory that it has is perfectly aligned for an alien mothership to come through and release probes and all these things. And I get what Avi is doing, but at the same time, people take that and run with it. Right. And they start saying, well, he's saying that this Harvard professor, this astronomer, this astrophysicist, he's saying that this is a mothership, could be a mothership. And when he says it could be, in their eyes, they're thinking, oh, it's a big possibility. Otherwise, why would he be talking about it? Again, even Avi Loeb was the one to say 40%. Right. So
on the Loeb scale, how are things looking based on the limited information that you've gotten so far? Still looking comedy?
Well, between, I would say, 30 to 40% that it's not a natural object, because we don't see a beautiful tail behind.
Here he is on Joe Rogan talking about nothing about it being natural.
Let's go back to, I don't want one more time. Oumuamua. Okay, yeah. I don't want to screw it up. How large was that?
That was the size of a football field.
Okay, so
of all the 100 meters.
Small in comparison to 3i Atlas.
Oh yeah, that's my point, that 3i Atlas is 1 million times more massive, at least 1 million times more massive than Oumuamua. Right. And I immediately, as it was discovered, it was July 1st, and my wife asked me to go on vacation to Aruba 2 days later. And as I was going on the plane and as I arrived there, I realized, wait, that doesn't make sense, because we should have seen millions of Oumuamuas before we saw this one. It's so big. And I also realized there is not enough rocky material per unit volume in interstellar space to deliver such a giant rock into the inner solar system within a period of a decade. You would expect it at the very optimistic scenario where you package all the material into objects that are 5 kilometers in diameter. You would imagine once per 10,000 years. So I wrote immediately a scientific paper. My wife was not happy that, on our vacation, I was sitting on my computer, but I just couldn't resist it.
Right.
And by the way, this paper I submitted for publication. That was July 3rd or something. And then the editor said, oh, the paper is fine, but you have a concluding sentence at the end where you say, well, unless the object is smaller than estimated, maybe it was targeting the inner source. That was my solution to say, one way out of this dilemma of why is it so big is if it was targeting the inner solar system by design. And indeed, the trajectory is aligned with the plane of the planets around the sun to within 5 degrees. The chance for that at random is 1 in 500. Okay.